I used to check my bank account the way some people check the weather, with a low hum of dread, expecting bad news. Ryan did the same thing. 38, teaching high school history in Portland, making $52,000 a year. Not broke, not comfortable either. Just stuck in the space between. Every raise disappeared, every bonus evaporated, and every January he would promise himself, this year will be different. It never was. Until he stopped trying to earn his way out and changed the way he thought about money instead. These are 5 mindset shifts that quietly changed everything. Not overnight, not dramatically. The way a river changes course, 1 degree at a time. Here is what most people miss. 62% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, according to a 2025 report by MX Research. And the Federal Reserve found that 37% cannot cover a $400 emergency. But here is the pattern interrupt. Households earning the same income, same zip code, same age, show dramatically different net worth. The Federal Reserve Survey of Consumer Finances confirmed it. The difference is not math, it is mindset. I call this the watershed effect. In geography, a watershed is the exact ridge where rain decides which ocean it flows toward. 1 inch east and the water reaches the Atlantic. 1 inch west, the Pacific. Your money mindset is that ridge. Same rain, completely different destinations. Shift 1. Money is a tool, not a threat. For years, Ryan treated money like something that happened to him. Bills arrived, prices rose, his paycheck shrank before it landed. Money was weather, unpredictable, slightly hostile. Then Catherine, a dental hygienist in Scottsdale, 43, earning roughly the same, told him something he could not forget. I stopped being afraid of my bank account the day I started giving every dollar a job. That is not budgeting advice. That is an identity shift. When money becomes a tool, you hold it differently. The way a carpenter holds a hammer, firmly, without fear, with purpose. Research from Mullainathan and Shafir at Princeton found that financial anxiety reduces cognitive bandwidth by the equivalent of 13 IQ points. 13. Simply reframing money from threat to tool begins to restore that bandwidth. When was the last time you thought of money as something that works for you, rather than something you work for? Shift 2. From scarcity to sufficiency. Scarcity thinking sounds like I cannot afford that. Sufficiency thinking sounds like, how do I make this work? The difference is not semantic, it is neurological. Scarcity narrows your field of vision, literally. Studies from the National Bureau of Economic Research show that people under financial stress focus on immediate threats and miss long-term opportunities. They tunnel. Ryan tunneled for years. He saw the electric bill but missed the employer 401k match, free money, sitting untouched. 17% of eligible employees do the same, according to Vanguard's 2025 How America Saves report. That is billions left on the table. Sufficiency is not pretending you have enough. It is asking a different question, and different questions open different doors. Shift 3. Measure net worth, not income. Catherine earned $58,000 a year. Her co-worker earned $74,000. At 43, Catherine had a net worth of $210,000. Her co-worker had $11,000. The Federal Reserve's Survey of Consumer Finances shows this pattern repeating across every income bracket. What stays matters more than what comes in. Ryan started tracking net worth on the 1st of every month. Just one number, no complicated spreadsheet. He wrote it on a sticky note on his bathroom mirror. In 14 months, it grew from negative $4,000 to positive $19,000. Not because he earned more, because he kept more. $200 a month, invested at 7% average return, grows to $227,000 over 30 years. That is the compound math of patience. The watershed, redirecting quietly. Shift 4. Delayed gratification is a skill, not a sacrifice. Most people frame saving as giving something up. A vacation, a dinner, a new phone. That framing guarantees failure. Nobody volunteers for pain forever. But Ramsey Solutions surveyed over 10,000 millionaires and found that 97% believed they could control their financial destiny, not because they had iron willpower, because they reframed waiting as investing in a future self they actually liked. Ryan stopped thinking, "I cannot buy that," and started thinking, "I am choosing something better." The psychology shifted from deprivation to direction. And direction, it turns out, feels nothing like sacrifice. If that feels familiar, if you have ever bought something and felt worse afterward, this shift might be the one that changes the current for you. Shift 5. You deserve financial stability. This is the one nobody talks about, and it might be the most important. Many people quietly believe they are bad with money. They wear it like an identity. Personal One Finance reported that this single belief, "I am not a money person," is the #1 barrier to financial progress. Catherine carried that belief for 20 years before a therapist asked her a simple question. "Who told you that?" She could not remember. It was not hers. It had been handed to her by a parent, a partner, a culture that links worth to earnings. The Federal Reserve's 2025 data shows 55% of adults now have 3 months of emergency savings. That number was far lower a decade ago. People are learning. You can too. Believing you deserve stability is not arrogance. It is the foundation everything else is built on. But here is what I have to be honest about. Mindset shifts can become their own trap. Ryan went through a phase where he judged everyone. His sister who leased a new car, his friend who carried credit card debt. He turned financial awareness into financial superiority, and it cost him relationships. The uncomfortable truth is this: changing how you think about money does not make you better than anyone. The system is genuinely difficult. Housing, healthcare, and childcare now consume 65% of median household income, up from 51% in 2019. Credit card debt has reached $1.17 trillion. Mindset matters, but compassion matters more. Hold both. Ryan still sits at that kitchen table in Portland. Same coffee, same morning light. But now, when he opens his laptop, there is no dread. Just a quiet number on a sticky note and the knowledge that the watershed shifted 1 degree at a time. If any of these shifts felt familiar, here is your first step. Tonight, open your bank account, not to fix anything, just to look. Let money become something you observe, not something you avoid. That is the first inch on the ridge. If someone in your life needs to hear this, someone carrying a belief about money that is not theirs, share this with them, quietly. And if you want to understand why financial stability matters more than getting rich, that is what we look at next. If this resonates, subscribe. We share one quiet insight every week.